All right, peace and greetings, YouTubers. So, welcome to another edition of In the News, where I just talk about different stories that are trending. First order of business, Papa John's Pizza. Now, if you remember, the CEO and founder of the company got into a bit of controversy a few weeks ago where he made some statements about why he believed the revenue for his company was on the decline in the last quarter. And he pretty much alluded to his idea that he believed that the NFL protest was so controversial that it pretty much had people boycott the NFL as far as them supporting and watching the games. And if you remember, the protest was already taken out of context. A protest that was about, speaking out against the atrocities that were happening to the black community as a collective. Somehow that turned into black people, hate the flag and hate America and they hate the troops and blah, 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 and they kill babies and stuff like that. And so, the patriotic demographic was so outraged that he felt that because they were no longer watching the NFL games on Mondays, Thursdays, and Sundays, that he wasn't meeting his bottom line when it came to revenue. And so he pretty much was asking, can they stop with the protest? And so people were like, wait, so you mean to tell us that we should be silent about what's happening to, what's happening against us and what's happening towards us every single day, just so that you can continue to make your bottom line with your revenue? So it's not even about, the goodness or the cause that people are fighting for, more so what's going in your pocket. Okay, cool. That's okay. And so, of course, it hits social media. People flip out. His revenue goes down even more. And the thing about it is, like, can you picture being somebody who was black that worked at Papa John's that week? You like, really? Okay. You gonna poison the food at the company potluck? But anyway, yeah, and so then that just kind of went, and the revenue went down. He actually stepped down from his position. He's still currently the chairman, but as of, I guess, yesterday or the day before, he stepped down from, the work that he was doing as CEO at the time, which is kind of crazy. I'm like, see, you know what? You should have just sat there and made your pizza, man. You honestly should have just sat there and made your pizza. And the thing that got me is, like, rather than looking at the business model that he had, and maybe it could have just been a bad quarter. You know what business is, the trend of revenue, sometimes it goes up and down. Sometimes there's just kind of a range that it stays in, and sometimes it's on the lower end of that range. Sometimes it's on the higher end, and then sometimes it does an extreme and goes up, and sometimes an extreme and goes down. But, for him, he was like, no. He created this whole web that had like 8 compartments, and somehow it led to black people taking a knee. And that was the reason why the revenue was down. And the part that made it funny was like Pizza Hut and Domino's was like, nah, man, our revenue actually went up. We were good. Even Little Caesars was like, yeah, our revenue went up too. Pizza, what you doing? So next time you might just need to look at your business model. It could have just been how you were marketing. Okay, you should have took a note from Pepsi, because when Pepsi is in a slump, they get a new celebrity endorsement real quick and have somebody out there doing a commercial, doing a 2-step or something. Because pretty much everybody in the music industry who's been somebody at some point has done a Pepsi commercial or a Coke or like Dr. Pepper, like Michael and Janet and Beyonce and MC Hammer even did like a Diet Coke commercial, I think, and Paula Abdul and Pink and I'm skipping so many people. Did I say Britney? Ricky Martin? Like everybody named Mama done did some kind of commercial for one of them sodas back in the day. Madonna, all of them. And so it's like, hell, you should have called some people to do some commercials for the pizza. All right? You could have called Khalid. He could have had a dope little commercial. Like he could have been a delivery guy or something, and they could have used that song location to fit the, the context of the commercial. He could have been trying to get the address of the customer. Send me your location. Like he could have played that right off. But your loss, sir. Hell, you could have got Scissor. You could, what was it? My slice is your slice, and just, but it is what it is. You lost out on that, man. So you could have collabed with black people, but instead you decided to blame us for your failings, and somehow now, look who's getting the last laugh today when you do clownery. Anyway, what else is trending? Oh, side note, y'all keep trying to get me to believe that Janet Jackson and Jermaine Dupri are together again. I done told y'all that ain't happening. My little 2 cents on everything, I don't think Janet is really in a place where she's trying to be in a relationship right now, seeing that she's still trying to get out of one. But on top of that, from what I understand that they got Jermaine Dupri and Johnny Gill mixed up. Like, I was reading that, Janet was having her, she just wrapped up her concert tour, like the last show, her tour she was on, and like she had a big, party, and her and Johnny Gill are really good friends. And the little media publication that started the initial rumor must have gotten Johnny Gill confused with Jermaine Dupri, and so that turned into something from Janet Jackson hanging with her friend Johnny Gill to, okay, the friend is Jermaine Dupri, and okay, wait, they used to be together. Actually, they were dating, and now they're fully in love. I'm like, y'all be adding so much stuff. I don't think Janet is jumping back into JD's arms at the moment, because y'all forgot the man cheated on a woman with a stripper, allegedly. So, and I'm kind of like, dang, you had the nerve to cheat on Janet Jackson? You, Jermaine Dupri of all people, had the nerve to cheat on Janet Jackson of all people. someone who was a prized possession for many people before you got with her. And now you had the nerve to cheat on her. And the thing about it is like, okay, you cheated on her with a stripper. Now, Janet has a wonderful music catalog, but deep down in that catalog, she has a few songs that are very suggestive about what she would do for you behind closed doors. And it seems like she could do everything the strippers could do and then some, based on what was in some of them songs like Would You Mind and Warmth and stuff like that. And what she used to do on stage, where she would bring the guy on stage and just suck the life out of him on stage, like she just touching the dude's beat, just losing it on stage. Like, JD, you were being real ungrateful. So I don't think Janet's going back to that. But, you know, if they do get back together, I wouldn't really, I don't know, it is what it is. I kind of liked them when they were together, though, to be honest, because it made her seem more down to earth. Like, because, you know, he's like a big socialite. He likes to party and stuff, and he likes to be seen everywhere. And she would be everywhere with him. Like, she just seemed like very, I don't know, I just felt like she did things that she normally wouldn't have done if she was with anybody else. I liked them together. They were together for the longest. But, and it seems like he was actually genuinely happy to be with her. He just messed up. And you know what it is too, because I don't know if y'all remember, like, you gotta Google this picture, but there's this picture and he has this big old tattoo of Janet, like, on his whole side. It's like this big. And so my theory is, after she found out he had cheated, she was, you know, she was packing her stuff, or at least the bag for Tuesday, because she was probably gonna pay some people to come and pick up everything else. And you know, Jermaine, I'm out. I'm just out. I'm done, Jermaine. He's like, no, Janet, look. This is us right here. This is us right here. I'm doing this for you. What you doing? Like, and she was like, nope, I gotta go. And she ended up with a billionaire somehow. But like, so I don't know. We'll see what's going on with Janet. But hell, she got a baby she taking care of. She ain't got time to be out there partying every weekend no more. What else? Oh, Mary Norwood. Okay, so Atlanta people, y'all know what I'm talking about. So Mary Norwood was the woman who lost to that black lady in Atlanta for the mayoral election. And so she wanted a recount because she couldn't believe that she lost, because she lost by like 700 votes. And so, you know how some people are. They can't lose gracefully or just bow out gracefully. They're like, nope, there must be something wrong. And so, you know, she demanded a recount. So they did this recount. Tell me why she went from losing by 700 to losing by 800. I'm like, wait, so you went and you did all that and then you ended up losing by even more? See, okay, you learned the hard way. She's going to be just like Roy Moore, because, you know, old boy in Alabama has not conceded yet either, because he's like, nope, it's still not right. They need to go back and recount. And I'm like, well, you lost by even more than, what's the lady name? Mary, you done lost way more than Mary. You done lost by a couple thousand and some change. You might want to just be humble and sit down. But, you know, some folks, they just, sometimes when you little privileged, you just ain't never lost nothing before. You've never been let down because you always get your way. You know, some people just fight and claw to get away with everything. Kind of reminds me of the movie Rudy. I'll leave it alone, though. That's still a good movie, but Rudy got on my nerves in that movie because he just couldn't take no for an answer. But that's good. You be tripping. You shouldn't take no for an answer. That's right. Even if you don't meet the qualifications. Okay. Everyday struggle. So I just got into the show literally last week. You know, I used to always see, and Everyday Struggle is just that show with like Joe Budden and, was it DJ Academics and somebody else or something like that? It's just a show, like a podcast show that he had, and now he's no longer on it. And I'm like, damn, I literally just got into the show last week. Like, literally, I think 2 episodes I had listened to that he was on, and then there was some that he wasn't on because, you know, he just had the child, and now he's gone. Apparently, he's no longer part of the show. I don't know if it was some issues with contracts or anything, but it's like, dang, every time I get into something, it gets canceled. That's why, like, sometimes I don't openly tell people what I suggest or like, support, because I feel like sometimes I jinx things. Like, man, I remember the one and only time I ever voted on American Idol back in high school, and don't judge, all right? It was a cultural phenomenon at one point in life. I went and I voted for, not Fantasia, I voted for Jennifer Hudson, and she got sent home the next week. I was like, dang. So then when it was down to Fantasia, I was like, I better not vote. I better just watch and support and hope she wins. Man, so yeah, that sucks. What else? Oh, I finished with LaVar Ball. And then LaVar Ball, as you know, he's pretty much looking to start his own basketball league, and it's specifically going to be targeted to high school students that aren't really looking to go to college and go, you know, to the NFL, NBA through the NCAA, but more so through, you know, a different option. And so this is kind of a way to kind of recruit people who don't really want to necessarily go to college, because, you know, the rules have changed with getting drafted and everything like that. And so they changed. When did they change? I want to say Carmelo and LeBron were like that last era of people who were able to come straight out of high school into the NBA. I think that's correct. I might be wrong. Y'all can figure it out and look it up. But yeah, so he wants to get that going. My opinion on it, I'm not researched enough to have a full opinion on it, but hell, if there's more options for people to get to where they want to be, go for it. If I could do a video, I would definitely love to do one on how I feel the NCAA treats players and how a lot of them are exploited and how these players are pretty much carrying some of these universities as far as the revenue that they're bringing in, but they're not really allowed to receive any of that, or they're not allowed to benefit from the licensing or anything like that. I'm like, that's kind of some BS, because some of them players are like super talented and everything, and they don't got a pot to piss in, and then there's no guarantee that some of these players even go on to the NBA or the NFL or wherever else they go from some of these NCAA schools. And then the other thing, like when you look at some of these schools, they get some of these players is pretty much brochure students. You know what I mean? You go and you'll watch a game and they'll be from like South Central West North Dakota College, and the whole team is black. And I'm like, now good and damn well ain't but 1.5 black people in that entire town. How they got a whole basketball team? But it is what it is. As long as they get their education, y'all do y'all. But yeah, so we'll see how that goes. It's kind of interesting because right now the media is making LaVar Ball out to kind of be like public enemy number one. He can kind of be a little annoying sometimes, but I don't knock anybody who's trying to start their business and give opportunities to other people. And he's definitely been trying to do a lot of different things, especially even within the community. So I have no beef with him at all at the moment. But it kind of reminds me too of like Diddy wanting to buy into the Panthers or the Carolina Panthers, and I saw like he's trying to possibly do that. I don't know if he'll be successful at getting it, because the NFL is such a good old boys club. They're not gonna let him come in there and get nothing, no matter how much money he got. And I think he still would need additional investors anyway to kind of get in. And I saw that like Colin Kaepernick was like, yeah, I want in on this too. I was like, Colin, listen, if you get in, all the Panthers fans are leaving, or at least this demographic. They all tipping out. They're not supporting anything with your name on it. Kind of reminds me of which it is what it is. Hell, they can get a new fan base. They'll be all right. So Colin, go on and put your $20,000, $30,000 in on that bid. Do whatever y'all got to do. I think it's like $2 billion total to get that team. But no, that reminds me of like this clip I saw. It's like, because like people protest everything. They be mad real quick when like anything with race is involved. And so the same way that people are like boycotting Colin Kaepernick and everything now, I can just imagine if he was like a part owner. Like I can definitely see exactly like this clip I saw where it's like these 3 women. They were mad because I guess it was Sears or Macy's or one of these department stores at the mall. They dropped Ivanka Trump's some line she has, something she was doing, and so they were mad. I mean, they wanted everybody to know that they were disappointed. And I mean, they got into their little Toyota Prius and they drove and everything like that, and then they had the little video and they were walking and they went to the front desk with the little credit cards for the store and like, we just want you to know that we are no longer supporting this company, because when they dropped Ivanka from so-and-so, and they just cut up the credit cards in front of the lady's face, then they no longer have my business, and I will not support them. And I've been a customer for 20 years. And the poor lady at the register was like, okay. Like, I don't know. Folks just be boycotting. See, that's why I had to do Pizza Hut like that, too. That's why I should have went back to that topic when I was talking about Papa John's. Pizza Hut tried it with me one time, too. We were driving to Virginia Beach, and long story short, that was a video in itself too, because somehow it took us 6 hours. It should have only taken like 2.5, but it took 6. But we had stopped in Norfolk, and we were gonna like get some Pizza Hut for like carry out. Man, I remember I ordered this pizza, and I was like, yeah, man, let me get like the pan pizza. He's like, we out of pan pizza. Oh, we out of pan pizza. And I'm like, wait, so are y'all out of pizza in general? No, we just out of pan pizza. I'm like, well, isn't that just the dough then? So don't you just put the dough in the pan? No, man, it's a different kind of dough. That's why we ain't got it right now. And I was just like, okay, Domino's it is, let's go. And so, I don't know. We'll see how that goes with the league. It's interesting. We'll see if Diddy's successful in getting the Panthers. I do have my opinions on Diddy sometimes when it comes to business. I'm not going to knock the hustle because Diddy gets it in, but man, I just think of some of the people on that label. Hopefully, I don't know, I'm not going to go there. Anyway, I'm out. Subscribe.